Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly while others struggle their entire lives, even when they work twice as hard? This is not just luck, and it is not just talent. It is something much deeper, something hidden in the way they think, in the environment they create, and in the invisible energy they carry with them. And today you are about to discover one of those secrets that seems too simple to be true, but has the power to transform your financial reality in ways you cannot imagine. There is a reason you are here right now, listening to this message. You are not here by accident. You are here because there is a part of you that knows you were meant for more success, more freedom, more abundance. And maybe, just maybe, you feel that invisible weight that has been holding you back, keeping you from stepping fully into the life you dream about. But here's the truth. Sometimes the greatest changes in life do not come from massive leaps or impossible struggles. They come from the smallest shifts, the simplest actions, the little steps that seem almost insignificant at first. Yet when repeated, when done with intention, they awaken a power inside you that nothing can stop. Think about this. Your mind is always watching what you do. Every little action you take tells your subconscious who you are, what you believe, and what you expect from life. When you ignore your surroundings, your mind assumes you don't value growth. When you take small, intentional steps to create space for abundance, your mind begins to believe you deserve more. That belief changes everything. That belief shapes reality. This is why what I'm about to share with you is so powerful. It's not just about salt. It's about breaking an invisible barrier inside you that has been quietly controlling your financial destiny. Salt is simply a key, a symbol, a reminder, a way to tell your subconscious mind that from this moment on, you are choosing a new direction. But before we get deeper, I want you to make yourself a promise right now. Stay with this message until the very end, because by the time you finish, you will not just hear words, you will carry a new perspective, a new ritual, and a new strength that can completely shift your relationship with wealth. That is the reward for staying present, for listening with your whole mind, for allowing these words to reach the deepest part of you. Now, think about the people you admire, the ones who have built empires, the ones who live with ease and confidence. Do you believe they reached that place only by luck? No, they learned to master their environment. They learned to master their inner world. They created spaces that nurtured energy, focus, and clarity. They made small decisions every day that told their subconscious, I am ready for growth. I am ready for wealth. I am ready for more. Psychology has proven something powerful. The human brain responds to symbols and rituals more deeply than to pure logic. This is why cultures around the world have used simple objects, stones, fire, water, salt, to represent transformation. The mind does not see salt as just salt. The mind sees meaning. It sees cleansing. It sees purity. It sees the removal of barriers and the creation of space for new beginnings. And when you place salt in your room with intention, something extraordinary begins to happen. Your mind links that act with change. It tells your subconscious that you are cleansing old limitations, that you are clearing the path for wealth to flow. And even before money arrives, even before opportunities show up, you feel lighter, stronger, more focused. That feeling pushes you to act differently, to think differently, to make decisions with courage instead of fear. And those decisions create the results you've been waiting for. But here's what most people never realize. It is not just about the action itself. It is about the story you attach to it. You are telling yourself, I am clearing the space for wealth to enter. I am removing the blocks that have kept me from growth. I am opening the door to new opportunities. And when your subconscious accepts that message, it starts aligning your thoughts and actions with abundance. Symbols are shortcuts to transformation. They bypass resistance, they reach the deeper part of your mind, and they ignite change from the inside out. Salt is that symbol, a simple reminder that you are not stuck, you are not powerless, and you have the ability to choose a new financial destiny starting now. Your environment is shaping you every single day, whether you notice it or not. The walls around you, the objects in your room, the air you breathe, all of it is sending signals to your subconscious mind. These signals influence your mood, your energy, and even the decisions you make about money and success. If your surroundings are heavy, cluttered, or filled with negative energy, your mind absorbs that weight. It becomes harder to think clearly, harder to focus, harder to believe in. On the other hand, when your space feels clean, light, and filled with intention, your mind responds with clarity and strength. You feel capable, you feel aligned, you feel ready to move forward. This is why placing salt in your room matters. It is not only a symbol of purity, but also a reminder that your environment must support your dreams. By putting salt in a space, you are sending a message to your subconscious. This room is where wealth begins. This is where clarity lives. This is where clarity lives. This is where new energy flows. Your brain picks up that message and begins to shift how you show up in life. Psychology has proven that the human brain thrives in environments that encourage order and meaning. When your space reflects abundance, your actions naturally align with abundance. When your space reflects discipline, your habits mirror that discipline. Your environment is not separate from your success. It is the foundation of it. So never ignore the room you live in. It is not just four walls. It is a mirror of your inner world. When you change the space, you change the energy. And when you change the energy, you change your financial destiny. The room you live in is more than just a place to sleep. It is the stage where your mind performs every single day. Every thought, every plan, every dream begins in that space. If the energy of the room is weak, your focus weakens. If the energy of the room is heavy, your motivation slows down. But when your room carries lightness and intention, your mind rises to match it. Think of it this way. Your room is a reflection of your inner world. If the space around you is filled with chaos, your thoughts will echo that chaos. If it is filled with clarity and purity, your thoughts will grow clearer too. This is why the room matters. It is not just about comfort. It is about alignment. Alignment between your environment and your goals. Alignment between the energy outside you and the energy inside you. Placing salt in your room is not just a ritual. It is a statement. It says, this space is no longer ordinary. This is the room where abundance is invited. This is where financial growth begins. Each time you see the salt, it reinforces that belief. And that belief is powerful because your subconscious mind builds your actions around what it believes. Wealth is not only created in banks, offices, or businesses. It is created first in the mind, and the mind lives in your room. When your room supports growth, your decisions shift. You plan better. You think bigger. You act with more courage. That is the hidden power of the space you surround yourself with. So never underestimate the room you spend your time in. It is not just walls and furniture. It is the foundation of your destiny. If you want wealth to grow in your life, let your room become the first place where that growth begins. Every human being carries unseen weight. Old thoughts, past failures, hidden doubts. These things linger in the mind and in the spaces we live in. Over time, they create an invisible wall between you and the future you desire. But just as a device can be reset to clear all errors, your mind and your environment can also be reset, and salt becomes the tool that helps you do it. When you place salt in your room, you are declaring a fresh start. You are telling your subconscious that the old energy no longer has permission to stay. The salt becomes a reset button, a silent force that absorbs what is heavy and makes space for what is new. This simple act can create a deep psychological shift because it gives your mind a clear signal. The past is finished, the path ahead is open. Think about how powerful that is. Most people carry their old struggles into every new opportunity. They sabotage themselves because they have not reset their inner state. But when you take a step that symbolizes renewal, you break that cycle. You show yourself that you are not trapped in yesterday. You are choosing today. You are choosing growth. You are choosing growth. You are choosing wealth. Salt does not just sit in the corner of a room. It sits in the corner of your awareness, quietly reminding you that your life is not stuck, your energy is not fixed, and your story is not over. Each time you see it, it whispers to your subconscious, you are free to start again. So free to start again. And from that freedom comes clarity, focus, and strength. With a reset mind, you no longer act out of fear, you act out of vision. With a reset environment, you no longer feel blocked, you feel open. That openness is the soil where financial growth takes root. Wealth is not just numbers in a bank account. It is energy, it is flow, it is movement. Money is attracted to energy that is clear, strong, and focused. When your inner energy is scattered or blocked, opportunities seem to slip away. But when your energy is aligned and open, money begins to move toward you almost naturally. Placing salt in your room is a way to shift that energy. Salt clears what is heavy, leaving behind space for new energy to circulate. And when the energy around you changes, the energy within you changes too. You start to feel lighter, more confident, more determined. That inner shift creates an outer shift because the world responds to the energy you carry. Psychology tells us that people are drawn to confidence, clarity, and purpose. These qualities are not just traits, they are signals of energy. When you live with heavy energy, your body language shows it. Your decisions reflect it. But when your energy is light and powerful, everything about you begins to communicate growth. And growth attracts wealth. Money flows where energy flows. This is why some people can step into a room and instantly open doors of opportunity, because their energy commands it. And this energy does not come from chance. It comes from the small intentional acts that align the environment with the mind. Salt becomes one of those acts, reminding you that your space is clear and your path is open. When your energy is aligned, you no longer chase wealth desperately. Instead, you create conditions where wealth is naturally drawn to you. You make decisions with clarity. You recognize opportunities faster. You act with courage instead of hesitation. This is the invisible connection between energy and financial growth, and it begins in the space you choose to create around you. Belief is the foundation of every great achievement. But belief is not built by words alone. It is built by action. Your mind believes what you consistently show it through the steps you take. Each action you perform sends a message to your subconscious. This is who I am, this is what I expect, this is what I am capable of. Placing salt in your room may seem small, but it is an action, and that action begins to shape your belief. You are no longer saying, I hope things change. You are proving to yourself, I am making a change. The difference may seem subtle, but psychologically it is massive. Hope waits for life to happen. Belief creates life intentionally. When you act with purpose, your mind has no choice but to follow. The moment you place that salt, you are showing discipline, you are showing commitment, you are showing readiness for growth, and your subconscious takes these signals seriously. It begins to shift your identity toward one of success and abundance. Many people struggle because they try to think their way into confidence without taking any steps to prove it. But action always comes first. Confidence follows action. Belief follows repetition. Destiny follows consistent signals that you are serious about your future. This is why simple rituals hold so much power. They are physical proof of your intentions. They bridge the gap between thought and reality. And once belief takes root, your actions grow stronger, your focus sharpens, and wealth becomes the natural result of the person you are becoming. Never underestimate the small steps you take. Each one is a seed of belief planted in your subconscious. Over time, those seeds grow into unshakable certainty. And with certainty, nothing can stop your financial growth. Every person carries invisible chains in the mind. They appear as doubts, fears, and limitations. They whisper, you can't, every time you try to rise higher. These mental blocks are the true barriers to wealth, not the economy, not your background, not your resources. It is the inner voice that says you are not ready, not worthy, not capable. Here is the truth. Mental blocks are not permanent. They are patterns built from past experiences and repeated thoughts. And just as they were created, they can be broken. The moment you take an action that symbolizes change, your subconscious begins to crack those old patterns. Placing salt in your room is one such action. It signals to your mind, I am removing the weight that has been holding me back. I am cleansing the doubts that no longer belong here. This may seem simple, but the psychology is powerful. Your brain responds strongly to rituals of release. When you take a step that represents breaking free, your emotions follow. Suddenly, the walls that once looked solid begin to crumble. You feel lighter, more capable, more willing to act on the opportunities in front of you. Think about it. Wealth is not just about money. It is about decisions. And decisions are controlled by your state of mind. If fear is in control, you hesitate. If doubt is in control, you miss chances. But when you break those blocks, you act with courage. You see possibilities instead of problems. You move forward instead of standing still. Salt becomes a reminder that you are no longer chained to the past. Each grain represents freedom, clarity, and strength. And every time you look at it, your subconscious hears the same message. The blocks are gone, the path is open, and you are free to step into financial growth without hesitation. The subconscious mind is the hidden engine of your life. It holds your deepest beliefs, your patterns, and the silent rules that guide every choice you make. While your conscious mind thinks about daily problems, your subconscious works in the background, shaping your destiny without you even realizing it. If you want true change, you must speak to the subconscious, because it is the part of you that never sleeps. Symbols are the language of the subconscious. They bypass logic and speak directly to the deeper mind. This is why salt carries so much power. It is not just a physical object, it is a signal. When you place salt in your room, your subconscious reads it as cleansing, renewal, and protection. It accepts the meaning behind the act, and from that moment forward, it begins to align your thoughts and behaviors with that meaning. Imagine what happens when your subconscious starts to believe you are clearing space for wealth. Every decision you make is influenced by that belief. You feel less fear when opportunities appear. You feel more disciplined when handling your resources. You feel more deserving of abundance. This is not random. It is the result of programming your deeper mind with intentional symbols. Salt becomes a daily reminder to your subconscious that growth is your new standard. Each time your eyes notice it, even for a second, your deeper mind reinforces the idea. You are creating space for success. You are inviting wealth. You are protecting your focus and energy. And over time, this reinforcement creates new patterns, new habits, and a new identity. Transformation is never just about what you know. It is about what your subconscious believes. By using salt as a symbol, you are choosing to feed your deeper mind with the belief that abundance is possible, growth is natural, and financial freedom is your future. One action done once can spark change, but one action done consistently creates unstoppable momentum. The human mind is built to form patterns. What you repeat becomes natural, and what becomes natural defines your future. This is why consistency is the bridge between intention and transformation. When you place salt in your room once, you feel a spark of renewal. But when you repeat it with faith and discipline, that spark becomes a flame. Your subconscious begins to see not just a single act, but a lifestyle. It begins to understand that you are serious, committed, and fully aligned with growth. And when the subconscious accepts consistency, it builds momentum that nothing can block. Momentum is powerful because it multiplies your efforts. A single step may feel small, but repeated steps create speed. That speed influences your decisions, your habits, and the way you approach challenges. Suddenly, you find yourself acting with more courage, more clarity, and more strength without forcing it. This is the natural result of consistent action. Salt in your room becomes more than a symbol. It becomes a habit of belief, a daily reminder that wealth is not a one-time event, but a continuous flow. Every time you refresh that salt, you refresh your focus. You are telling yourself again and again, I am committed to this path. I am building growth every day. I am not stopping. Psychology proves that repetition reprograms the mind. What you do with consistency rewires the brain to see it as part of your identity. And once identity shifts, your destiny follows. Consistency with even the simplest ritual creates a powerful foundation for wealth because it keeps you aligned, focused, and moving forward without hesitation. Momentum is not built in giant leaps, it is built in steady steps. Let your consistent actions be the proof that you are not only dreaming of financial growth, you are living it, reinforcing it, and multiplying it every single day. Salt in your room is a symbol, but the real transformation begins inside you. The true salt is your mind, your thoughts, your clarity, your discipline. Salt may cleanse the space, but your mind is what creates wealth, attracts opportunities, and shapes your future. Without the right mindset, no ritual can carry power. The right mindset, even the simplest ritual, becomes unstoppable. Your mind is the place where every victory or failure is born. If it is filled with doubt, no amount of effort will feel enough. If it is filled with clarity and belief, even the smallest step turns into progress. This is why training your mind is the most important work you will ever do. Salt in your room serves as a reminder of this truth. Each time you see it, it points you back to your own thoughts, asking, are you keeping your mind pure? Are you keeping your focus clear? Are you keeping your energy directed toward growth? The human brain is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant will grow, whether they are seeds of fear or seeds of abundance. The salt you place in your environment is a signal to plant the right seeds inside. It tells your subconscious to choose discipline over distraction, faith over fear, and action over hesitation. Remember this, Money is not created outside of you first. It is created within you. Wealth is simply the result of a mind that has been trained to believe, to act, and to persist. Your thoughts are the salt that purify your path. Your focus is the salt that preserves your energy. Your discipline is the salt that protects your destiny. So while salt in the room is a powerful symbol, never forget that the strongest salt lives in you. When your mind is cleansed of doubt, when your thoughts are aligned with growth, and when your focus is pure, no obstacle can stop the flow of abundance into your life. The energy you carry into every room is stronger than anything you place inside. Salt may cleanse and purify your environment, but it is your own presence that determines whether that space grows brighter or heavier. When you walk into a room with clarity, discipline, and focus, you lift the atmosphere. When you walk in with doubt, anger, or fear, you pollute it, no matter how much salt you scatter. Energy is invisible, yet it is felt immediately. People sense your confidence before you speak. They feel your doubt before you explain. They notice your discipline in the way you move, and they recognize your weakness in the way you hesitate. Salt in your environment can only amplify what already exists inside you. If you carry focus, it strengthens it. If you carry confusion, it reflects. This is why true transformation always begins within. You must carry yourself as if abundance already belongs to you. You must walk as if opportunity is seeking you out. You must act as if discipline is your natural state. When this energy becomes your identity, no external force can deny you progress. Think about how a candle transforms a dark room. The flame is small, but its light changes everything. Your energy works in the same way. One moment of courage, one act of focus, one decision to move forward can shift the entire atmosphere of your life. Salt may sit in the corner of the room, but your energy determines whether the room becomes a place of growth or a prison of stagnation. When you align your energy with clarity and purpose, you no longer chase wealth. It is drawn to you. When your presence radiates discipline, people trust you, opportunities open, and doors unlock. Your energy becomes your greatest currency, more valuable than money itself, because it attracts everything money can buy and everything it cannot. Carry the right energy and every room you enter becomes your ally. Carry the wrong energy and even the brightest space will feel heavy. The choice is always yours.